see. This is gonna be interesting. Let's see. Let me see if I can get him up. Yeah. What's the damn deal?
Salute.
What's the damn deal, King? What's the damn deal, King?
Salute. Peace and power. Salute.
What's poppin'?
Relaxing, doing what I do, doing my research.
Okay, we got that. We got that down south, up north connect coming through real quick. Now look,
definitely.
Look, you know who Dr.Boyce Watkins is, right? You've heard
of him? All the time. He's another one that tried to
I like to get straight to the fact. I like to keep it clean cut, simple for me. You know what I'm saying? I have a daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I don't care what phase she's ever in her life. We don't always see eye to eye. Mm-hmm. But guess what? I would never tell her that she has to earn the title as a queen, or she's not a queen no more, or she did something that that's asinine. I would never think to even, I don't even conceive to even talk like that. You understand what I'm saying?
You have to understand that these men, these women are programmed in a certain way. They despise the raw energy that we are, the raw universal truth that we are so much that it has to fly out. They can front us for so long.
Right.
But when you continuously watch them and you continuously listen to them,
right,
key elements pick up. You pick up on it. You see, like, what was that?
Well, I heard this. It threw me for a loop because this shows what type of shit I'm gonna be on. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm gonna give it to him like I gave it to King Faith. You know what I'm saying? He got the answer for this. Because I feel like that comment was out of line, but I'm biased, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you say something out of line, right, that I don't necessarily agree with, I'm going to challenge that because you're in the public eye. So I'm like, when I saw that, I said, damn, that's Dr. Boyce. I thought he was for the people. Like,
nah, he take too much money from the people to be for the people.
So a black woman still got to earn the title as a queen.
Yeah.
And so it made my mind go deeper. Now check this out. And I was just talking to the sister about it, and salute to Tracy because she said the same thing you said. She said that we are born with the title kings and queens.
Yeah,
that's what she
definitely
said. Right. So this is what I came to. I feel like a lot of black people, not all, a lot of black people, we have this thing with morality. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we tend to connect morality with royalty.
Right.
So in order to be a queen or a king or a queen, you have to be good. You have to be pure. You have to be holy. But they don't understand most kings and queens through history, you understand what I'm saying? Have had to do the most, have lived the craziest life that has nothing to do with the morality, that has nothing to do with royalty.
Right.
And I think that's one of the mindset that has played the black community for a long fucking time. Like, that type of mindset holds us back.
If you're looking at it from a Eurocentric aspect,
right?
Remember, when you're dealing with our first introduction here in this country to royalty, right? Everything in the United States from that point, once they tried to establish themselves, was to get from up under the royals. That was who was taxing them, the British royalty.
That's a fact.
You dig what I'm saying? So at what point is anybody who was coming from a descendant of slavery, right? Descendants from Africa, or even descendants of people who were here, native to the land. Why would you look over them for your example of royalty, of what royalty is, or what a king or queen is? Where's your example?
Right.
Before you start knocking, when, regardless of their circumstances, you dig what I'm saying? Have essence about them, which we must push and encourage and allow and facilitate and allow them to take the lead.
At no matter what stage in life they may be.
Listen,
because he's insinuating if you're a hoe, right? If you carry yourself as a hoe or a thot, or you're not doing that's what I know what route I don't agree. I feel like you're still a queen.
Well,
that's just a stage in the life that you're in right now.
Well, again, when you're doing that, men facilitate those institutions. You dig what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
Men facilitate the institutions when you're talking about a strip club. When you're talking about a host stroll. When you're talking about the entertainment industry.
In the workplace.
In order for that hoish behavior. She can't be a hoe without the institution of some male guiding that.
That's a fact.
Encouraging that.
That's a fact.
So she has been taken off, and you want her to earn her queendom. When you going to earn your kingdom?
Well, and he didn't mention anything. He didn't say king and queens.
Right.
He just spoke to queens.
And if you're not hip to it, subconsciously the women are going to fold and say, well, I'm not worthy, but let me keep giving him my money. Let me keep supporting his channel because I'm not worthy. This is the game that they play on the people who follow these dudes. You understand what I'm saying? Follow these platforms. They work on marketing and persuasive speech.
Okay.
And if you can knock people off their center, if you can make black women feel less than themselves, you did what I'm saying, they will always give to you. That's old pimp game. That's
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it a little bit further with you. Now you talking about language. You know I'm in the South, right?
That's right.
So you saying they've taken to where you're kind of like indebted. You know what I'm saying? To make you feel better about it. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So you're saying this is his tactics.
This is new strategy for them because as you know, the economy is fell. The economy is broken. And his main platform was economics, right? In this economic system, in the capitalist system, which is always going to be bound to fall because you cannot continue. There's not always going to be a lower class as far as mentally. And there's not going to always be a lower class that's going to sell their labor for cheap. So capitalism has to fall. It's going through these stages. That's his economic platform. That's his base. So now it's hard for them to get money out of it because the supporters don't have enough to keep putting in there. So what he has to do, he has to change his tactics. That's what all of them are doing now. Okay. You see what I'm saying? They can't get money from entertainment. There's no movies being played in the movie theaters, so they can't get no budgets to produce new movies. Okay. The athletes can't go out there and play no sports. So what? You see all this new information. You see all these new people flooding these little social media outlets.
Like never heard from before.
Never heard from. They're trying to get this money. They're trying to get these audience. So the quickest way for somebody who already has an audience to get money is to change tactics. And either they're going to start speaking with a red, black, and green fist, or they're going to start playing mind games to get into people's emotional state, to get to people's mental state and spiritual states, and make them feel less than.
Yeah, well,
the same psychological games that you play, and now they just doing it in a format that's marketing. Right? They're taking the marketing now. Instead of them making you buy a Sprite or a Pepsi, you dig what I'm saying, or a bag of chips, now they're trying to sell you on a lifestyle. You dig? And if it's red, black, and green, we're going to say, hold up, we don't want you to go too far in that because there's no money in it. There's no wealth in it, right? But
that's what they think. That's what they would lead you to believe.
Exactly.
But if you look at every major corporation's marketing, if you look at Walmart's marketing, if you look at McDonald's marketing, you see nothing but black people all in the commercials. You see nothing but black people. Nigga, we move everything. You know what I'm saying? We make everything move. But they would lead you to believe, that if I just market to my people, I'm not gonna be able to. Because I used to think like that when I named my podcast the Angry Black Man Podcast. I was kind of caught up on it. I was like, man, I don't know because people gonna be turned off. You know what I'm saying? And I want everybody to come to the platform, right? And then I just like fuck that. I believe in, you know what I'm saying, what I'm doing. And, slowly but surely it's taking off, right? It's funny that you speak on that because it's not just Dr.Boyce Watkins thing. we have to bring in.
Well, he's on live right. He's on live right now, telling people to invest in stocks in the stock market.
And see, and Dr. Boyce Watkins was still that live that he said that when I went. He was still talking about Donald Trump has sold the American people out. He's proven that no matter what color you are, if you have a job, you are a slave. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all that racism need to go out the window, because he's already shown, right, that if you are a working man, the average working Joe, do you understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? He's let these companies steal from you, go in your pocket, take your grade.
Right.
And then on top of that, right, told you, okay, I gave you one check, $12. We don't have no vaccine. We don't have no cure. But you know what? I need you to take your ass back out there and go to work so we can get some money back in this economy.
Right.
Karim, what is that? What's that called? What's that called?
That's called trick knowledge, misdirection, and sheer foolishness.
Come on, man.
You dig what I'm saying?
Ah.
But again, when you lose confidence, when you don't study the proper degrees, or you don't believe in what you studied, you're easily swayed from it the minute you have a setback, or the minute them people come. I do these things in the street.
Right.
Ready to scam people in the street, so they're not in the street no more. You don't see them in BK. You don't see them doing nothing.
That's a fact.
Hit it off somewhere.
Talk about it.
You understand? I'm for real with it.
Right.
So why do you
think that do you think that we tapping into something right now? So do you think that these platforms, because I ain't gonna lie, I feel like a lot of my content is colder and more raw than the, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if you go look at what I just put out and what Dr. Boyce, I'll be like, I will put my content up against his. Yet he has, his platform is way. Do you think that they are working harder, or do you think it's something else going on behind the scenes that provides people like Brother Polight?
Do you know that they
Dr.Boyce Watkins? What's really going on? Is it the marketing team? Like,
no.
Are they agents? Like, what's really going on?
Listen. They walk into, there's a YouTube office, right?
That's a fact.
Okay, you know that once you get a certain amount of subscribers, you go in those offices. These platforms are created just like anything else. They work with certain people, and if your message is in line with the direction that that company is going, you good.
Right.
So, on point.
Right.
You're not going to get past 400 or 500 people.
That's a fact.
That's just it. And see, the numbers that they do is really small in comparison to what the other folks do.
Right,
the other folks can get on there and put their cat on YouTube. Oh, that's a pretty cat, and get 1 million views like that.
But see, this is why I get
you understand what I'm saying? So now, when you got people like us that work with the other side, or misdirect the people and stay in a certain lane, of course their views gonna go up. They're not gonna ever go against the grain. They're gonna stay on that path. And you have to know that they, you dig what I'm saying? Working on these same little platforms. They got publicists, they got agents, they have managers. You dig what I'm saying? They get news straight from the Associated Press, where there's no delay. You dig what I'm saying? So it seems like they know things before other people. That's on the bottom, that's doing it more organically, right? You're doing it more organically. Me and you touch base off of one post, one live I did.
That's a fact.
When you real with it, you're gonna come out and connect.
Right.
When you can stand,
on proof,
and you stand on your square.
You can chop it up with anybody. Right.
Anybody.
Right.
It ain't no. These dudes charge people to come on each other's lives.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? They don't meet up in the street for specific reasons.
Let me ask you something. Because I feel like now the black community has to bear some kind of responsibility, because we used to blame it on religion. I was one of those people, right? I don't like people that's religious no more. I feel like now we see, even when you get outside the church, that little nigga still do you the same way. How many times Umar Johnson, how many schools Umar Johnson supposed to be in build for the people? But y'all still give your money, you still give your money away to Umar Johnson every time you pop up. Well, how many schemes Brother Polight did hit y'all with the oopie wop with? I'm way down south, bro. I'm way down here in Houston, Texas, bro. And I done watched Brother Polight. Right, and don't get me wrong. I fucked with Brother Polight. I thought he had the info. I thought he had.
Listen,
you feel me?
They have the.
And I watched long enough, and I was like, bro, I can't, bro. I can't continuously sit here and watch these niggas with the oopie wop, bro.
Because people become embarrassed once they get got. You see what I'm saying? It's hard for them to accept that they done got. So they'll mess with it for years. You understand what I'm saying? To save face for them to just admit it. Like, damn, I was wrong. I rocked with this person. He wasn't who I thought I was, or she wasn't who I thought she was. And, I got to let the people know, and I'm done with it. No, they get caught up, and they still get caught up in the mysticism and the fascination of who these people claim to be.
Okay.
But if you don't see them in the streets, son, I'm up top.
Right.
Go to my Facebook page.
But see,
everything in the street.
This is what we're missing, though. This is what we're really missing in the black community. We're really missing the opportunity, because I'll be the first person to tell you. Let me tell you, bro. I used to, back in the day, I used to sell magazines, like telemarketing.
Okay.
Let me tell you, that's one of the hardest things you can do. You never see me. I just call you up on the landline phone, call your crib, right? And tell you to give me your credit card, bro, because you finna buy some magazines from me, or some newspapers or whatever. You go and make you spend like $100, $200, $300 with me. That's a skill. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They're doing this online, right? But what I'm saying is, so we showed that we have the capability to fix ourselves or fix our own self, and we can funnel that money to the right people that have the right message and that's doing the right thing. We can do crazy shit with those type of funds. We can make crazy things happen. We could really have a school like Dr. Umar Johnson said. That's light work.
That's light work.
That's light work.
He would have had a school if he would have showed progress with a classroom. All you had to do is get a classroom.
Thank you.
And show progress. Listen, this been what? Since he asked for that bread, it's been about 6 years. I can
Talk
say.
About it, bro.
Because 4 years ago, he already told dudes over the group phone. We had a large phone with some solid brothers, and he said, "I don't got to tell you niggas shit. I ain't got to be transparent about this bread." So a lot of dudes fell back, but you couldn't tell people that because they was, they still wasn't listening.
Right,
you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So now, again, proof is in the pudding, baby.
Bro,
do your work. If you would have did it, now 6 years, right? That's taking 6th graders through high school. If he would have just did that with 30 people, maybe he would have had some legs to stand on. But you can't ask people to give you money for 300 kids or or whatever, 400 or 500 kids in this big, enormous school and all that. You ain't even proved that you can move 10 kids.
You can't even do 10. And this is the crazy thing about it. This is the crazy. I deal with people in education, right? They're about to be learning from home for the next 2 or 3. This is the new way. This is the new way of education. So really, while you've been on here taking money from the people online, you could have been holding classes online and getting money like actually having a school already.
That's already.
You could have graduated. You could have graduated like 10,000, 20,000 people online already, Dr.
Already. Which shows you. Again, peace to the God, peace, Queen. Again, they're not about that. So you gotta understand, people just like in the South is quick with it. You could read somebody fast. You dig what I'm saying? People are a person or a personality or entity before they become conscious and woke. If he was a thief before that, he's gonna be a thief after it.
That's a fact.
During. If he was a crackhead before it, he'd be a crackhead during and after it. If he was a child molester before it, He's gonna do the same thing. He just got the consciousness now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Simple as that.
Right.
These dudes are certain people before that, and now we're not in the age where you could research, get out in front of the people. You know what I'm saying? Where you had to do that. Back in the day, they didn't have this thing. So you had to be in front of the people and spit it and articulate it. You didn't have a veil.
See, before you could go, you could fix everything the right way. You could make it look the same every time you come on. Now, back in the day, you had to be out there. Look, Kareem, my live about to start, but I fuss with you, bro. Look, I got a show Friday. I want you to come on the show Friday night, bro.
Okay, I'm
gonna hit you behind the scenes, bro.
We here.
We gonna link up for real.
Listen, you got everything, man. Hit me.
No, I need the people. I need the people to know you official, bro. So I want to get the history and everything, bro. We can get a lot of knowledge from you, bro.
I got you. We could go from the 70s to the present, baby.
That's a fact. It's about to go down.